All right, so stop me if this sounds familiar. You're hustling 12 to 14 hour days, doing every productivity hack on the internet, but still, you feel like you're failing. Well, what if I told you the problem isn't your work ethic? It's that you're missing two very crucial, major, game-changing pieces. And you're going to want to stick around because towards the middle of the video, I'm dropping a secret about faith and AI that completely changed how I run my business. So, here's what nobody's even talking about right now. How biblical wisdom for business combined with AI tools, right? It sounds pretty weird. I thought so at first too, but what does Proverbs in the Bible have to do with ChatGPT, right? And I would say to you, everything. And I'm going to prove it to you right here and right now. So, this is what I'll be covering. First of all, I'll show you the entrepreneur mindset that actually works. And I'll give you a hint. It's in the Bible. Then, the 3 AI time management tools that I use every single day. It saves me easily 10 plus hours a week. Probably more, but I want it to be conservative here. And finally, the hidden connection between faith and technology. It's going to absolutely blow your mind. But first, let me ask you something. Have you ever started a business and felt like a complete fraud? Yeah, me too. I want you to comment me down below if you've been there. Because look, the Christian entrepreneur mindset, it's not complicated. You fall down 7 times, and then you get up 8. That's in Proverbs, if you didn't know. Now that's the whole growth mindset. If the business gurus charge, $900, $2,000 to tell you, right? Now here's what this looks like practically. So number 1, creativity, it isn't optional. God is creative, and He made you in His image. Stop saying, I'm not creative. That's a lie from hell. Even kingdom entrepreneurship starts with the one creative idea from God. All right, secondly, failure is data. It's not your destiny. Every no is just market research, bad statistics getting cleared out of the way. Marsha Evan Daniels failed multiple times before finding her calling. And she talks about this openly. Why? Because overcoming fear in business requires admitting that you're scared. All right, and third, small risks build up big courage. You don't need to quit your job tomorrow. Start with a $100 experiment. Build proof. Then absolutely scale. Now here's where it gets pretty interesting though. You might want to stick with me because I'm going to show you how AI time blocking, it takes this mindset and puts it on steroid. Rocket fuel. But first, I got another quick question before we move on. Are you building your business or God's business? Because that changes everything. And I'll explain why in 60 seconds. So, Proverbs for leadership, it gives us 3 filters for every business decision. Filter number 1, the motive check. Proverbs 16:3, it says commit your work to the Lord. But what's the translation? Ask, am I doing this for likes or for changing lives, providing value? All right, here's a second filter. The fear check. Here's what I've learned about faith on one hand, and fear on the other. fear is faith in the wrong thing. You're either trusting God's promises or trusting your worst case scenario. You can't do both. Isaiah 41:10 says, "Fear not, for I am with you." That's not a suggestion. That's a command, right? And here's the third filter, the integrity check. Are you being honest? Are you treating people right? Are you paying fairly? God-led business tips always come back to character over cash. Now let me share something personal real quick. I almost quit last year because I was so afraid of failure. I felt like everything I was doing wasn't working, but all work works. Then I realized I was more afraid of disappointing people than disappointing God. That is absolutely backwards. And that's when everything shifted. Okay, now for the practical stuff. Let me show you the AI productivity tools that I use to actually do all of this without burning out. All right, can you guess what they are? Now, if you're still watching, drop a lightning bolt down in the comments, because I want to make sure that this is actually helping you, providing value. Because listen, there are 60 or more AI tools out there, probably even more than that I don't even know about. And that's absolutely overwhelming, right? So, here are the only 3 that I use for AI time management. All right, so tool number 1, LLMs like ChatGPT or Claude. What do I use it for, though? Mainly brainstorming, checking over sermon notes, social media posts, and email drafts. Why does it even matter, though? It saves 2 hours daily on the first rough drafts. But what's the faith angle here? I ask it to help me clarify God's message, not create it, right? Tool number 2, reclaim AI. But what do I use it for, you might ask? AI time blocking. It automatically schedules my prayer time, my deep work, and my family time. Again, why does it even matter? Why do you care? Because you can't manage what you don't schedule, right? See, even Jesus withdrew to pray. First thing in the morning, early, he would go there and pray. Now your calendar, it should reflect that. Tool number 3, Make. That's a platform that I use for automation. Or N8N, Zapier, I've mentioned in a couple other videos. Any one of these 3 are great. So they actually talk to each other, right, through their API. Because it handles repetitive tasks, so I can focus on the people, right? What matters. What does that have to do with faith? Technology should serve your mission, not become your mission. Now here's my rule. Automate tasks, not relationships. Use AI for scheduling, first drafts, research, data organization. Never use AI for personal encouragement or pastoral care, right? We're still social creatures. Or final decision making, replacing prayer. Now remember, I promised you a secret at the beginning of the video. The one about faith and AI that changed everything. Well, here it is. The most powerful AI you'll ever use. It's not ChatGPT. It's not Claude or Reclaim or any of those tools. It is your renewed mind, right? What does Romans 12:2 say? Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So here's what I mean. Well, everyone's obsessing over the latest productivity tools for small businesses. They're ignoring the original productivity tool. Biblical wisdom. Christian motivation isn't about hustling harder all the time. It's about thinking differently. When you fill your mind with Proverbs, Isaiah, Philippians, you're literally reprogramming your internal AI mind, right? You're changing how you see problems. You look for solutions. You pray. You ask God. And then they become opportunities for God to show up. And how you handle fear is with faith, not avoidance. How you make decisions. Wisdom over impulse. AI and prayer aren't opposites. They're partners. I use AI to free up time so I can pray more and not less. So here's my challenge to you. For the next 7 days, pair every AI tool with one Bible verse. If you open ChatGPT or Claude or anything, read one Proverbs or a Psalm first. Checking your AI calendar, pray over your schedule. If you're going to automate a task, thank God for the time you're getting back. Right? This is what kingdom entrepreneurship actually looks like. It's not choosing between faith and technology. It's using technology to amplify your faith. So, if this spoke to you, I want you to do me a favor. Like the video, give it a thumbs up. It helps me out. It tells YouTube to show more of this faith-driven content for entrepreneurs like you. And secondly, subscribe if you want to see more, because I'm dropping a video every single week, right? So perhaps it'll be about 5 biggest mistakes Christian entrepreneurs make with AI. So if you want to see the next video, click over here and we'll continue the story later.